Hey guys, welcome to Plague sorry, can't even pronounce the game. Best way to start a video. Plague Inc. Evolved. We are just starting right from the very beginning with bacteria. I'm calling it a Linospora, which I think is an appropriate name for a bacteria. But we are now going to cause a plague on the world and try to kill every person on it. I played this game before. I had it on my phone, I've had it on my laptop for a while. It came out a couple of years ago, I think 2015, but don't quote me on that. And we're just going to kick it straight off, jump in. So, welcome, we're new bacteria, and we need to wipe out everyone. So, what country do we start in? Let's start in a really obscure country. Let's start in Spain. For literally no reason. Okay, so we're beginning Spain. I don't want to be one of those over strategists. I know a couple of good locations, like the United States is a good place to start, Saudi Arabia is a good place to start, India and China are a good place to start, but I want to do a little bit of a twist. So for some of the few easier ones, I want to start in more uncommon countries. Ooh. So ones you wouldn't normally start in, like some people start in Greenland or Madagascar because you've only got ports and they're kind of hard to infect. New Zealand's another one. But I don't want to start by there. So we have the amount infected down here, the amount dead down here, the world's cure, we've got the time, news, and our disease. So this is our disease, transmission. Let's go air, water, transmit a few. Don't know if they consider Spain a wealthy country in this game, so we may need to get drug resistance as soon as. But it seems to be fine. Once we get it, how many DNA do we need to get it? So we need 11. So once we get that, we can see how quick it infects. They may consider it a wealthy country because it is quite a wealthy country. So we have Spain down here. Haven't really seen. Okay, plane just went out there. Haven't been seeing any ports though, so I'm not sure where their ports really go. But drug resistance, 12. So now let's see how quick it goes up. So yeah. The game considers a wealthy country because now the infected's going up a little faster, not overly fast, but sorry, I've got a really croaky voice today. But it's starting to bump up a little more. We still haven't infected another country. Could do Morocco. We could go to France. But we'll just see where it infects. Okay, coughing symptom. So that should increase the spread as well. I'm not gonna devolve. I'm just tempting whether to get. May get heat resistance or cold resistance, but I might wait a little longer. But let's just see where it spreads to. We're going a little faster now because this is mainly just a waiting game. But so now we're in the thousands. So we are actually getting there. Okay, yes, so we spread France. Good place to start. France is a little colder than Spain. So Cold resistance may be a good place to start. We can then see, okay, so then we've got Italy there. So now we've infected Italy. I'm not quoting on that, because the stuff that happened last year, I'm leaving to last year. Was it last year? Yes, I think it was last year. It feels like last year, because it was just before I came to university. So yeah, it was last year. And some people are still sore about it here in the UK. But speaking of UK, we have just spread to the UK. We only got 5, but and seeing we've got that boosting up, get that just in case, and then let's get the cold just in case. Because UK and quite a bit of Northern Europe, Canada, Greenland, and Russia are all very cold countries. So that can be where it spreads to the Northern Hemisphere, and then work our way south. UK does a lot of trade, so I can see once we upgrade the air, when it starts going through the air more. Okay, so we got Saudi Arabia, that's another one, and the United States, that's another one. In which case, once I upgrade so all the airports become infected, it will just spread. You'll see lines going everywhere, because Saudi Arabia trades with lots of countries, UK trades with lots of countries, the United States trades with lots of countries, so that will literally just web out. So what are they at the moment? So we need 16 and we need 17. They may have been, okay, so now we've got sneezing, so that's going to spread a little bit more, but I want to be careful. Symptoms, what symptoms do we have? Sneezing, so it becomes more severe, so you want to be careful with those, because the more symptoms is, the more severe it is, the more likely they are to start a cure, and because we haven't dispersed enough, it's then going to be a race to spread and kill everyone, as opposed to just killing everyone before they get a cure. So let's speed up. Festival of Love in the United States. So then we're coming down into East Asia. Not East Asia, sorry, East Africa. Oh, spreading a bit into Iran. My geography is pretty good, but okay, so with China and Mexico. So we're actually, it's now popping up. Let's, oh my god. So we're even in Canada now. So now you can see it's not webbing as I was expecting it to. Of course, Spain's webbed out, Saudi Arabia's webbed out, and the US is webbed out. Okay, look at all those boosts. So let's get this transmission bumped up, and you can see as I've involved them, you've seen like these 3 more spores of bacteria have come. That's probably what I'm going to go after next, to stop them developing it, because I can see as we're getting more mutated symptoms, I'm gonna then need to start preparing to fight off against them starting a cure. But now I've increased the transmission, we're getting a lot more countries being affected, we're getting a lot more red dots. So you may need to up heat resistance and cold resistance, because of course cold countries aren't really getting affected, and the hot Irish South America and Australia aren't really getting infected. So we may need to up to the second lot, But look at all that spread. But we got 92. So let's get that. Let's get heat resistance. Transmission should be fine with just those. Then if we get cold, not going to get heat too. So we just up the two resistances. Let's see how that helps. See, Russia's now starting to get more. Now I've upped up cold resistance. But you could see how, like Africa, Asia, and how Brazil all just started to flare up. Okay, Russia's now going. We've got the majority of the world, but there are still. Okay, so it's just Greenland. Greenland's the only non-infected country. So it's then those ports. So trade with Finland, I think it goes to. No, it goes to Russia. That is Russia's port? Yeah. So, well, speaking, it might go to one of the Baltic States. It's one of those. It's hard to tell. So now we've got the rash mutation. Oh, look at all that sudden boost. So then let's just get that, and then we're gonna save some of them. Then we're gonna like bombard them. Okay, so now we've got the start on a cure. So we need to. Okay, so now we've got that. So now it's literally just spread. Once the United States fully comes involved, that should then help the spread to Canada. I don't know why Canada's so resistant. Probably just because they got such good health care. So you may need to get the second drug resistance. See if that helps. Yes, so the second drug resistance really helped. And we've almost got the entire world infected. See, it's only on 3, so that's a good way to start. Keeping that low as we get to the infected. Okay, so now it's placed on the watch list. Coming a little late. Let's speed up a little more because I want to just. Okay, so Russia's the one who started the global cure effort. And they're going to. That's either Korea or China. There. And back to Russia. Not everyone's infected yet. New Zealand is being. There are no healthy people left in the world. Okay. That's good, just as we were getting to it. So let's go symptoms, let's go there, and now we've got total organ failure. I'm gonna then, with what little I've got, paranoia and insomnia, because that makes it a little harder for them to cure it. As does paralysis, which is here, and a few others. But I've got to total organ failure because it boosted up lethality and severity so much. And now just look at the death toll. Just start to go. First death in Italy, it's 500. Then from 500 it jumped straight to 11,000. Anemia, so that's alright. So it's jumping. We've got 1 million, 4 million, 5 million in such a short amount of time. And you're going to start seeing all this die down. But as everyone's starting to die, the cure effort will start to drop. Okay, so now everyone's focusing on a cure. Because now you can sort of see people starting to die. So then Bolivia issues pandemic alert, saying it's the world's now starting to realise now I've upped how dangerous it is, because now it's declared lethal. Because it now causes total organ failure, it's now going to bomb everything technically, and everyone's now just going to start dropping dead. You can already start to see the fact that it's starting to darken down. UK begins to break down. So as that, everything's starting to fall apart. I'm then going to put that, so that drops it down even more. But now you can start to see it's now starting to go darker. We've now killed half the world's population. So now we've got human experimentation. We hope to get a cure. Well, I'm assuming it's a hope to get a cure. Don't know why I said start. Okay, Poland's now in anarchy. And nausea. Okay, Poland's government has fallen. After saying anarchy, that's not much of a prize, but we still have a few bits of trade. But most places have just cut off all hope. So Middle Eastern governments have fallen. Alright. I'm now gonna spend that, get that. Come up and get paralysis as well. Just to stop it even more, to keep it as low as possible. Look, now you've got all the dark reds to show that most of those infected are dead. Walking Dead symptoms. So we got insomnia, causing people to walk around with grey retardus. It's just making them less productive. So now we got 700 million. So now we got 500 million. So now we've got Central Europe governments have fallen. From what it looks like, Spain's airport, weirdly enough, is the only one still open. So yeah, let's just speed up this final bit. I just realised it was going slow. Everyone's basically dead now. So, yep, coming up to 10 million. This is still oddly productive. So, 4 million people are remaining. 2 million people remaining. How much is that last? Oh, there's no point rushing up to get that. But it's just, I've got lethality with some seizures. Such not a pleasant way if you think about it. But okay, so it's destroyed the world despite its best efforts, and us humans die in holes with no chance of survival. Such a pleasant thought. So yep, 1,573, now 0. So we have won that. So this is a replay. It took 1,019 days. Probably could have done it shorter. I have done it shorter with Cure 52. I've definitely done that with a lot lower. So then this is just a replay. If we speed this up, you can sort of see how it started pretty slow. I think if I thought about the fact that Spain was a worth country, I could have got the drug resistance pretty early on. If I got that early on, then it would have spread faster, which means the year this is coming up to could have happened in about half the time. But then once it started to spread, it spread really fast. So it went to the UK and France, the United States, and then festering up in the Middle East. Canada and New Zealand. New Zealand was the last to last, and Canada was really resistant. Russia was resistant for quite a while. They were still pretty good by the time the cure started, but then they just flaccid up. But yes, with that, I'm finishing this episode. I'll be back again with more Plague Inc. Evolved, in which case we're now going to have a virus. That's a little harder and more complex to deal with its own little features, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.